Okay, welcome back everyone for the last lecture here of Programming Basics. If you made it this far, congratulations. Really proud of you. Excited to see you guys all next week in Web Fundamentals. This lesson here is I'm planning for it to be more of an interactive lesson. So although I want to do the usual format of giving, information, quizzing, writing, I want to get everyone here on the same page. So we're going to follow along and make sure everyone, if anyone runs into any errors, we're going to wait for that person to catch up so that we can all do the same thing by the end of the lesson today. So more of an interactive lab. Then I hope this goes smoothly. But if not, it's not an intense lecture anyways. It's really, really easy. I'm going to show you the end goal, and then we're going to figure out together how I got there. But first, we do need to go over some of the calendar here. So what we'll look at today is GitHub, as you can see it here on the 2 p.m. section. And then after this, from 3, if you have not finished everything on the platform, there are 3 assignments here that I want you to work on: GitHub assignment, code challenge debugging, and problem solving. I know one of the debugging questions was it needed some touch up, and I have been making some noise about that. So if it's still not fixed, I'll sure you guys will let me know and then just skip this entirely. And then the homework is to do some Web Fun prep, read up and through validating our HTML in the Web Fundamentals section. So I believe this evening, later on, Web Fundamentals will be unlocked for all of you. I've already marked your test as passed, so you should be receiving the white belt soon. So if I had a gong, I would smash it and then say, welcome. Oh my gosh. All right, here we go.
Gosh, the debugging assignment is still not fixed.
Okay. Thank you. So forget the debugging assignment.
Real quick question, Josh.
Yes.
Will all of the assignments and like core and optional still be available as we move on to the next course?
I believe so. Yeah, you should be able to access everything that you've already touched, but that's based on my knowledge when I was a student.
Mhm.
Don't quote me on that until we get on to the next section, then you see for yourself there.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure that's a yes.
Okay.
But I'm not 100% sure. I'm not even actually sure how sure I am on that right now that I think about it. But we'll soon find out. Okay, now without further ado, let's get into GitHub. So what is GitHub? GitHub is a place where we share our code so other people can see the code that we've built. So we're basically publishing our code, and it serves a lot of purposes. It helps work with, so you can collaborate with teams. You can download your code from one location to another, because a lot of code files you can't send via email. You can't, if you'd like to share your JavaScript through a Gmail as an attachment, Gmail won't let you do that. And that's to protect against viruses and potential malware. Whenever you're downloading something from GitHub, be careful. You don't know if you're going to be downloading someone's, malware or something. So, in general, use it for yourself. Yeah, obviously, you can take a look at other people's work and practice, but make sure you know where you're pulling from, where you're getting it from. Okay, so I'm going to give you the broad, big picture overview, and then we're going to figure out how to make this work for us individually. Okay, so I'm going to pull up a new Visual Studio code. And by the way, how many of us have already, I've seen a couple of us already created our own GitHub and pushed code to it? I think if you raise your hand here on Zoom, like there'd be like a little hand animation. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Only one hand, Evan. I'm just messing with you. Okay, I seen your hand. 4, 5. And everyone else, even if your camera's off. Wait, does that work? Let me test that.
I say that wouldn't work.
I think it might work, even if you have your camera off, but if your camera is visible, that I don't know. That would be creepy. So, okay. So, now how do the hands go down? Lower hand. Ah, I see. Okay. Now, let me pull up the chat as well. Ross says I didn't push any code. Okay. All right, so great. So now I see a couple more answers. I see I created the GitHub, but I haven't uploaded code. Okay, Bill. Well, let's learn how to do that. I have a Visual Studio Code in front of me. Oh, one more step before I get to that. Let me read what the platform says for you guys. Okay. GitHub is a platform where you can upload your code for others to see. Bonus, it tracks every time you add or revise code on its platform, which allows others like potential employers to see your code and see how frequently you revise it. Okay. Let's see if I can maximize this. Come on. Okay, here we are. Knowing GitHub organizes your code is important because GitHub keeps your code in repositories, which is like another folder. It holds all your code and files associated with the project, and repositories can be either public or private. As they sound, a public repository is one where anyone on GitHub can see and access your code. Private, as you can imagine, allows you to keep your projects just for yourself and people that you invite. Okay. There's a lot more to GitHub, like how your computer can push and pull code directly from it. However, for now, let's just see how to set up GitHub in the next assignment. Okay. As with most things, there will be a learning curve, but the more you use it, the easier it will become. So you will use it constantly throughout your bootcamp experience and will hopefully continue to do so long afterward. Okay, so let's move on to the next assignment, create a GitHub account. But before we do this, let me just show you what are we doing here. I'm going to create a new file here in a new folder. So I'm going to open a folder. I'm going to navigate to my desktop. I'm going to say a new folder here. I'm going to say GitHub example. And remember, when you create a folder, no spaces, okay? You cannot have any spaces in your folder names. So underscore or dash is a good way to do that. I'm going to open this folder, and I'm going to create a couple files in here. I'm going to create a readme.md. This is just a text file. So I'm going to say, hello, this is just a text file. I'm going to create a example.txt. I'm going to say in here, this is just another file, example file. Why not create a JavaScript file? So I'm going to say script.javascript. And in this one, I'm going to say console.log hello world. Why not capitalize it? Okay, so now I have three files in the same folder. They're all in GitHub example. Okay, GitHub example, 1, 2, 3 files. I want to push all 3 files to GitHub. Because I've already configured and wired everything to work properly, all I need to do is click this icon here. Okay, it's this icon that looks like this. It's what do you call this? It looks like a tree with the branch coming out. And the reason that looks like that is because that is what GitHub is doing functionally. When you push something, you're pushing from the root to through like a trunk. And sometimes I'll have other versions of the same project that maybe someone on your team is working on, and they'll have a branch, and the owner of the project or the leader of the project will figure out how to merge the branches, to merge those changes. So that's why they picked this icon look, I'm sure. Okay, so I'm going to now go over here. And the first option that I see here is initialize repository. This one here, this blue button that I'm hovering over now. I'm going to click this, initialize repository. When I'm here hovering over the current folder and file structure that I have, I just need to hover over this, click it, initialize repository. That's step 1. Now, step 2, I have to enter a message here and press commit. So I'll explain what this means in a minute. But here's my message. First commit. Okay.
Hey, Josh.
Yes.
When I click on that icon on VS, it asks me to download Git.
Okay.
That is something that I need to do?
Well, we'll configure it in a second, but let me just show you the broad overview of how it works.
Okay.
Once you get it working. Okay, so this is what we're aiming towards to get to work like this. Okay, then we're gonna do this individually all at the same time, and it'll be a little bit of a mess, but that'll be fun. Okay, so then we're gonna commit here. We're going to enter in a message. It can have some spaces in it. I'm going to press commit. Okay. And then I'm going to publish the branch. When I publish the branch, oh, Zoom is hovering over here. Let me see. It's going to give me some options to push to. Okay. It just took the name of my folder, my folder that has all my files. I called it GitHub example. And it's going to create, it's going to give me a couple options. One, a private repository, and another one, which is going to be a public repository. Okay. The public repository is going to make it available for everyone to see. I can change the name here. So if I say, if I remove the E, then you can see example without an E. I'm going to put it back. I can change it to anything I'd like, right? Anything. And that will be the name of the repository on GitHub. But I'm just going to name it back to what it was. Okay. And I'm going to make it public for everyone to see and download my code here. So I'm going to click public repository. Now it's publishing. Do you see this load bar? Now it says successfully published the Venegas Josh /GitHub_example repository on GitHub. Now I can click this link, or I can go there directly myself. I'm going to click this link to show how this link works. And when I go there, this is now my repository. Anyone now with this link here, github.com/VenegasJosh, that's my user ID, /GitHub_example, that's the repository that we called it, can view this page because I've said it's available for the public. Now you can download from here as well. You see this code, this green code button? Everyone sees it, right? We are going to click this. And now there's a couple ways that we can download this. We can open this on a GitHub desktop app. That there's a whole app that you can download called GitHub Desktop. We don't have to do that now. That's an option for your in the future. I'm not going to explain how to use this yet. I'm just going to, there's multiple ways to push to GitHub. There's the way I just showed you. There's a way via the terminal using command lines. We haven't talked about the terminal yet. There's a whole lecture on that next course. And then there's the way that you saw me do it through Visual Studio Code. Okay. If you do it the way I do it through Visual Studio Code, if you have just one GitHub account, if you don't have a previous GitHub account that you're creating just for this, it's going to work really smoothly. Okay. I created a GitHub account just for Coding Dojo. And then I tried to push via Visual Studio Code to that account, but I had already logged in and configured it through my original account. So it was giving me lots of issues. There is some workaround I've heard, but I had worked on it for a long time and was had no success. So I would say, in my experience, just keep one GitHub account for everything. All the repositories you don't want people to see, list them as private. And if you have another GitHub account, you can push to that just fine, but you just won't be able to do that through the Visual Studio Code way. The easiest way to manage publishing through multiple GitHub accounts is through the desktop app. Okay. So now I am going to download this zip here to show that I can download it. And here I have a zip of the files that I had downloaded, that I had uploaded, excuse me. So now if I go to my downloads tab, and I click here, show in Finder. Where's my Finder? Oh, my Finder's somewhere. It's kind of just playing hooky on me here. Maybe Zoom is blocking it. Oh, Zoom is blocking it. So here I have it, downloads, GitHub example main, and here's my 3 files I had created. If I click here, you can see the 3 files I had created. There's a preview there. And here's a zip. So I have to unzip it to unpack it. You guys know how that works. We went over that already. Okay, so did everyone see what I did there? Pushing to a GitHub repository and then download a zip as well. Did everyone see that? I don't think this is going to be a level of understanding pulse check, but just like a nod or something. If your camera's not on, give me a thumbs up in the chat. Is there a way to download one file instead of the folder? No, it comes in a full package. So whatever you put in is what you're going to get out. Okay, if there is a way, then I don't really know it. It's a little bit beyond me. That might be a specific. There might be a specific terminal command line that lets you do that. And the way you connect through the terminal is through this here, this link. Or there's also this SSH, or if you use the GitHub client, there's a couple other rules that you can download there. But we're not going to get into the terminal. That's a whole nother topic on its own, a whole nother lesson. So let's just do this the Visual Studio Code way. That's the best way for beginners. So let's go ahead and get started with the steps. And let me count the number of people here in this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, let's do this. 12 people at once. Let's do this. All right. Okay. Here we go. Let's go back to the platform. And let's go through step 1 together. Let's click this link and create an account. If you've already done this before, then just hang tight, or you can help me explain if I'm not explaining it clear. If you feel like you can maybe explain a little better, I would appreciate the help. So go ahead and click this link, create your account now, and we'll give a couple minutes for this. Shouldn't take long. Enter your name, your details, your social security, not your social. Don't do that. Just enter your information.
Let me get those funny 4 numbers on the end of your credit card real quick.
Oh, okay.
Pretty sure it asks for your firstborn too.
Oh, well, you may have to, I'll give you the bill as well as what I owe. You can help me make payments. Okay, so how about this? Whenever we're done creating an account, let's post in the chat account created, and I should read 12 of them by the time we're all done. Or if you've already done it, if you already created a GitHub account, just go ahead and tell me you finished this step. All caps, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9. 3 more. Let me reread this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think just 2 more of us here. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So just Clark. Jung, oh, Jung did it.
I created my account.
Okay. Who hasn't created an account yet? Am I just counting wrong? You all did it. Okay. Herna, did you create an account already? Got it. Okay, I think that's it. If I am moving past you here, then my apologies, but I think that's it. Let's move on from here. Okay. All right. Now, we've done this. Check. Create a GitHub repository called no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do this step. Do not do this step. Don't create a repository. We're going to do that through Visual Studio. Okay. Here's the next step. On Visual Studio Code, on the left-hand side, bottom left-hand side, I'm right here. If you click this icon here, you should be able to see this GitHub section, right? Do you see a way to log in via that account icon there? Via that symbol?
No, it's just grayed out and says you are not signed into any accounts.
Okay, well, that's what I need you to do. If you see section there, I might need to sign out to show you guys what it looks like when you're signed out. Okay, here we go. I'll just sign out. You should be able to, now that you've created your account, to log into that GitHub account via this icon on the bottom left-hand side of the screen. Let me know if you guys are not able to log in.
No, there's no clickable button. It just says you're not signed into anything and there's not like a sign in here.
Okay. What happened?
You have to turn on sync settings and then it will let you sign in.
Okay. Oh, there it is. So thank you. Who said that? You get a kudo bar. So yes, exactly. Turn on the sync settings, and then at the very top, you should be able to see sign on with GitHub. Okay, when you go through that step, you should be able to see your account name that you had created. Okay. Let me know when you finish with step 2 by typing in the chat step 2 completed. So 6 out of 12 here. Okay. Okay, thank you everyone for diligently participating. Ah, Keithan, I missed you. Yes, you're still on exam timer. If you're on exam, you're doing the exam.
I finished the exam, but yeah,
Did
I
you?
put in the Discord that I was ready to be graded, but you guys were in here, so I just.
Oh,
popped
did
in.
Joseph not hop in? I thought he would have seen that.
Oh no! Do you want me to go back into my room then?
Yes, I'll get Joseph on that right now.
Okay, I'll go back into the room.
Oh, well, yeah, go into your room and Justin will be there as soon as he's done with Justin.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, sorry, Keithan.
No, okay.
I'll go over that with Keithan later. He scared me. Oh my gosh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Is there only 10 people here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, there's 12. That's why I was counting 13. So on step 2, I'll go through the names and see who didn't tell me that they're done with step 2. Mike is done. Viral is done. Bill is done. Carlos, okay. Leo. Evan, nice. Perna, okay. Jung. Tina. And it's finished. Sorry, not Mr. Newman. Okay. And I think Bill and Leo, I'm gonna double check those names. Leo did it. Bill did it. Okay. I'm pretty sure we're all caught up now. So now that we're done with step 2, when we click on the GitHub icon that you see me here clicking, you should be able to commit through there. So now let's create a folder like I did, GitHub example. And let's create some files like I did.
So if we need to download Git for Windows, just go ahead and do it.
Don't go through the GitHub desktop app. We're doing it just through Visual Studio Code right now. Just Visual Studio, and then we can explore other ways if we finish this. But I need to explain a little bit more about how Git works before we explore other ways to push and pull.
Okay, because when I click on that icon, it's making me download it for Windows before having to do anything.
Okay, yes, I believe there may be a couple more steps for Windows users. I knew that was the case when you had to download Bash.
I mean, I don't mind doing it. I'll just do it right now just to make sure it works.
Okay, but before we do that, let's get some other feedback from other Windows users, but after we do this step. So create some folders with some files in it. So let's create a GitHub example folder, create some random files, put some, whatever you want to put in there. Make sure it's work appropriate. Okay, once you've created the folder with files in it, you should then be able to go to the source control button and then see there a new message and I'll create a new folder with you guys. Desktop.
So mine's saying the same thing for download Git for Mac OS when we click on that source.
Okay. So one for PC, one for Mac. Is anyone else seeing that message?
I am, yes, for PC.
I had the same thing. I just went ahead and installed a Git.
Okay, so then you guys created your file folders, and after you created that, you then scrolled over to the button, and that's what you saw? Download Git? Okay, then go through that step.
Yeah.
Go through that step.
It's telling me to download 2 things from here, Homebrew and Mac ports, I guess for Mac.
I'm not. Mac should have Brew already installed into it. Would you share your screen with us? Okay. Yes, you have to download. You have to install Brew. Install Homebrew if you don't already have it. Mac should have Brew already installed. If you don't have Brew already installed, you should use that line. But let's go. Can you show me? Okay, download Git. Can you click that link for me? I just want to see what happens when you click that link on VS Code. Download Git for Mac.
On VS Code.
Yeah.
Which one? Download.
No, on VS Code on the window behind you.
Oh, I gotcha.
Oh, you moved too fast, but okay, I see. It just takes you here. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
I'll just download both and see what happens from there.
Let's do homebrew first. Okay.
Okay.
So copy that line. Oh, no, go back. Copy this line, brew, install Git. Without the money sign, just the words, brew, install Git. Copy that. Okay. And then go to the top of your page where file, edit, selection, view, go, run, and click terminal. And click new terminal. Okay. Now scroll over to this area here. And click that. And then, sorry. That arrow, that drop down arrow to the right of the plus sign. And click bash. Okay, here we are. Now, click here and paste. Now, press enter. Can't do that. Let's do another drop down. Try here, click this drop down. You might have to install brew. Okay, that's all right. Let's go to the brew website. So pull up your browser again. You may have to click this again. It might be faster than digging up your history. Install homebrew. And then copy this line. You can just click this clipboard here. And on a bash here. So we need to be on bash when we do this. So we are already there. So we're going to just click here again.
Click right here.
Yep, paste. Paste there. And then enter. And now enter your password. Is it password protected? You can stop sharing your screen here and then enter your
That's funny. Cool thing does that. Yeah. Here.
type in your computer password to make an installation.
Huh.
It's a little tricky entering the password when it won't show or it doesn't even show any text. You just have to.
Oh, I was about to say it's not showing up anything for me when I type.
Yeah, it's just like you have to use your
Cool.
powers.
Hey Josh, for the install of Git, it's defaulting to use Vim as the editor. Should I switch that to VS Code?
Vim, yes, switch that to VS Code. That's what we want to use.
Okay.
So this is what it did after I put in my computer passcode.
Okay, scroll down all the way down. Press enter to continue. Yep, that's that. Let's do it. Enter.
How is Carlos typing that fast?
I got really good, really fast. It's a boot camp, right? 0 to hero.
Right.
Has anyone ever downloaded that virus that was like a turn your screen red and laughing skull?
No.
Are you
What
talking
kind
about
of
the
sites
I
were
love
you on, Josh?
Yeah, are you talking about the I love you virus?
Busted.
I think I was trying to. I mean, these were like my high school days, I tried to torrent something, and then it was on a Mac, so I partitioned it to be like a Windows on a Mac, and then I don't know what it was I downloaded, but I think it was like something for a game or a movie or music. I don't know what I was doing, but
It was probably the author of the torrent made that to like mess, like that's hilarious.
yeah, it was just like red, and I saw the screen, like the download thing was going all the way to the right, and I just pulled the power on the computer, and I held that button to try to like make it go to sleep, and then I turned my computer back on, and then I deleted that partition, and my computer was fine. I didn't download it.
Good.
That's why virtual machines are tops for crimes.
Oh, really? See, okay, I didn't even know I was getting into that. So
Yeah, just if you don't know what you're downloading, set up a virtual machine, download it there. If it bricks the virtual machine, who cares?
That's what
Right.
you did, Josh, right? You were emulating Windows?
Of
I
course.
was emulating Windows on a Mac. Yeah.
That's perfect.
I was a hacker. I didn't even know it. It's not. I'm not recommending anyone make any stupid downloads like I did. That was a lesson learned. After that, I did not download anything from the internet. I was like, I've turned over a new leaf.
So you're saying we shouldn't use LimeWire?
Oh yeah, those days are over. No more Napster. No more LimeWire. Pay for your music, guys.
Oh man, I remember that.
Yeah.
Hey Justin, good to see you. I don't know how much you've seen of this lecture already. But this is like we're all doing this at once, so I don't know what step you would be on, or what time you joined.
Well, I know the steps not to download LimeWire. But I just joined it a little bit ago, so I just try to keep it mute, and I'm just gonna stay mute. And just,
Okay. Yeah,
just
if you learn
roll
anything,
along
don't
there.
download anything illegally off the internet. Okay, that's the main point of this lesson.
All
No,
right, copy that.
no. What I plan to do is to work with you and Keithan once I figure out how he did on his test. Hopefully I can do a 2-on-1 instead of catching you up and making the rest of the 12 here wait. So
Yeah, spend some time with the newbies. I got it.
yes, and I'm going to put this video on YouTube so you can rewatch this and then follow along from there. But yes, so
All right, cool, man. I'll let you get back onto it then.
yep. No, everyone congratulate Justin. He passed. So nice. Not to embarrass you, Justin. We're just waiting here for Collis's McDonald's internet to finish up.
That's all right, man. Passing's better than not passing.
You weren't supposed to tell him where I am. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on here.
It's okay. Just let it go. Let it do its thing. If it says installing and the dot is not moving, I've learned through the coding dojo the art of patience. Just sit there. Okay.
I
Sometimes
finished
it
downloading it and
takes
it's still
going to
giving
lunch
me
and
the download.
I heard so many things at once there. I didn't. Oh, see, it's going. It's moving.
It is.
Don't touch it. Don't touch it.
I said sometimes it takes going to lunch and coming back.
Oh, but if you walk away, the computer will sense that you're no longer there and it'll stop working as hard. So you have to watch it.
No.
Very true.
No, I really no, really like don't you got to be patient. Sometimes it's like requires just not clicking anything, not touching anything, your keyboard. But if you do walk away, you don't see if what the error might be that you missed. It'll disappear or something will just not work. So
We had the same thing in Chatlux. It was kind of an automation process, but as soon as you click the button and it started going through the cycle, if you touched anything, it would just stop. So you just had to click it, set it, forget it, but then also at the same flip of the coin, sit there, watch it, and monitor it.
yeah, it's like watching the grass grow. It's really fun.
Yeah. Yeah, about as fun as watching paint dry.
There we go. Now I hear my computer's fan spinning.
It's still going, even though it says it's done. Don't touch it.
I can't believe how long it takes for just Mac. So it sounds like that's not something that's, you gotta homebrew it. So does that mean that like Macintosh automatically blocks any application related to this or something, or Macintosh, whatever? I don't know. I have a PC because I'm better. So
I was blaming his internet, but it is just an installation thing here. So, it's a good question.
Wi-Fi.
I mean, you need to download it because not everyone needs the packages because not everyone codes. Right, Josh?
I think,
What's the logic?
were you insulting Carlos there, calling him a non-coder?
Hey, you would have been right a week ago.
Oh,
No, you're down.
okay.
So
Yep.
how do we know when this is actually done? What done?
When it stops, when you can type in something new and you can't because it's not blinking. Okay. And if everyone else that had to do the installation, are you on the same step as well? I don't want to do this like 10 times in a row, be here till tomorrow.
I'm at the initialization now. I got Git installed. I had to check a couple settings as it installed, but I think I got it okay.
Okay.
So my install finished, but it's still giving me the
Restart VS.
did it already. The next thing is just restarting my computer, so I might have to do that and just be right back.
Okay, really? It's gonna ask you to restart your whole computer?
I don't
Well,
think
it's not.
You don't need
It's
to.
not popping up anything. It's still showing as download Git for Windows, even though I've installed it.
you restart VS Code, not your computer. I think.
See why you're trying to avoid this though. Definitely taking a minute.
I think, how old is your computer, Carlos?
It's not that old. 2020.
We see you have 402 unread messages. What's that about?
Yeah. I just won't reply to her.
Oh.
I'm kidding.
Haral, you said it still wasn't, it was still showing the same thing even after you closed and reopened Visual Studio?
Yeah, I actually had to go to Task Manager to completely close out Virtual Studio. Now it's
Oh,
showing
okay, yeah.
properly.
It was running in your tray.
Yeah.
So look at Carlos's screen. It now just finished. And you know that because you see there, let me highlight it. You see here, the command line is now letting him enter a new command. When you see the money sign after your username, and in this case, his username, this means it's done. Okay. All right. So I know we have a couple other people on this step, but in case you stop the download prematurely, it's not going to be finished until you get to this step. This is just for homebrew. When we didn't have programming basics as a required course, GitHub would be the first step for web fundamentals and then the assignments. So you can see why we now made it a required course, because it's like, if this was what you had to do the first day without any guidance and then get onto other things, like this can be a whole hurdle if you're doing it by yourself. that will slow you down and then make you miserable. And ugh, I remember my first day or second day, whenever I did it. Okay, so how many other people successfully installed a Homebrew, or that had to, and got it working correctly? Mike is ready to commit. Nice. Okay. We may have to be at different steps here, but once let's just move on. I'm gonna go with Carlos's screen here. Carlos, now that you've installed Homebrew, let's go back to download Git for Mac OS. Click that button there. Open. Now copy that line, brew install Git. Brew install Git, the one above it.
Oh, Bruins will get.
That's the one you couldn't originally install. So copy that. Now, oh, and here down in the terminal, don't stay there. Where see that where that white block is? Click there.
Here.
Yep. And now paste. Now enter.
Like the little emoji they're throwing in there.
Okay. Now we should be done. But we still see that download button there. So it may be a matter of refreshing your VS Code, but if you click it again, does it give you the same link?
Looks like it.
Yeah, it does. You have to restart VS.
Okay, so now close out of VS Code. Save changes. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Now open it up again.
Let's see.
There we go. Now we can open up that folder that we had created, the one you just saved the file in.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
Open. Okay. Now we're cooking with oil. Now go to that that button, initialize repository. And now enter a commit message. A message. Oh yeah. Ooh, scared me. Okay, now commit it. Always click always. Okay, now open Git log. Okay, now you have to log into Git through your terminal. Now I know this is we haven't touched the terminal yet on what it does, but there's a couple more things we have to do in order to get you running here. See these two messages? Copy these lines and put them into a notepad, a clipboard. Yeah, put them in a notepad somewhere. Okay. Copy it. Okay. I use the note this app here. I use it. It's a little bit easier. The notes
Keynotes.
or keynotes. I just use the notepad, but if you have some valuable stuff, I can understand.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
Yeah. Quickly create a new note so we don't see exactly what you're writing down, your poetry and your
Yeah.
thoughts of the day. Oh,
All
okay.
my-
Or that. That's for presentations. I meant like this notepad here, but okay.
There.
I'm making fun, but I do write some oh, you haven't set it up. Nice. Now click something here. Click this, quick. Now paste there. All right. Now replace the u at example.com with your GitHub email. Take out the quotes as well.
Put your email there,
Put your email there.
not yours.
No, I'm good. I've got mine set up. Now copy, yeah, and then put your username. Okay, now copy this line, first line. Sorry. Yeah. Copy it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now go back to your terminal in your VS Code and scroll all the way to the bottom. Okay, this is just the Git one. So what you need to do is click here, that arrow. Go to bash. No, this is not your terminal. Oh, click here, terminal. Terminal there. Yep. And now switch from ZSH to no, click the down arrow. This one here. And now click the bash. Now paste it here.
I did it. I don't know if I did it.
You can right click, paste.
There we go.
You didn't you
Oh
copied
my
the oh
I didn't copy the first time.
no. You didn't copy it.
Does he have to put the username in quotes as well?
No. So now just press the X button. I think this is too much mess. Click, yeah.
Yeah,
Click terminal now. Top left here. Terminal. New terminal. Bash. It's still there. Trash
I
it.
can. There's a trash can there.
Yeah, kill it. Now,
Paste.
is this bash? No, this is ZSH. This is ZSH. So click here on the arrow, the drop down arrow there.
Go to bash. I gotcha.
What if you don't have bash on the drop down arrow?
Then we have to get you bash. So right click here.
Sorry,
It's
where?
right click in this area here and paste it. There we go. Now enter.
can you remove the highlight so I can see that string of text so I can write it? Git config.
If you don't have bash, are you on a Windows?
Yes.
So you're gonna have to download bash. So we'll go do that step with you in a moment. So this video will cover installation for both Mac and Windows users. Now go ahead and copy the second command that had your username.
Right here.
Yes, sir. Okay, enter if you dare. Now you should be set up. So now if you if you click commit here, see what happened. I think it's moving.
I saw something move here.
Click that button again. It has that 1 on it. Click it again. Yeah, do one more commit message. So enter in a text. Now publish branch.
Do you have to highlight the changes files before you commit?
I'm not sure what you mean exactly. But let me finish up with Carlos and we'll share
Sure.
your screen.
Sure.
So click this now, authorize. Allow. And now you see that example. Okay, so now do a public one. Public. There's a second one.
Sorry, I can't see with this.
Sorry, I'm drawing all over your screen.
Oh, you're good.
Public. Click the public option. The second one.
Here it is. All right.
That's private. Yeah. There we go.
Not that one.
Now open on GitHub. All right. You've hacked into the mainframe. You've done it, Carlos.
Wow, that was easy.
So this is why we avoided teaching this on the first day and requiring everyone to submit through GitHub. This was the first required lesson on WebFun. So you've officially dodged this bullet. And now, if you want to submit your assignment, all you have to do, instead of, and it's better to do it this way because now you're showing activity in GitHub. You can show to a potential employer that you're active user. You can even show your progress as a developer, how fast you're improving here. So what you can do now is click here. And then click here for a copy. And if you wanted to submit an assignment, for example, let's go to the platform.
Jesus.
Let's just go. We're not going to actually submit it, but let's just go anywhere that you would submit an assignment. So just somewhere you've already submitted something. We're not going to actually submit it. We're just going to paste the link into there. So now you can just paste the link there, and that would be where you submit your GitHub, your assignment through GitHub. Okay, so when you click save, don't click save, but if you click save, for every other project now, you can submit through GitHub.
Awesome.
Fantastic. Okay, now who wanted to share their screen, and then we'll go on to the what is it? Brew? No, it was Git.
I would love to, just to make sure that I'm on the right track before I do this.
Yes, let's do that, and then we'll do the Git installation because that will take a little bit longer. And let's just see your screen. Yours is going to be easier to manage really quickly. So you've done this, okay? So you've entered both of them. You followed along with Carlos there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so go ahead and enter the commit message, Mike, and then you click commit. Always click always. You don't have to put a message there. You can just publish it. Now allow. Right? Authorize. And I think you can follow the steps from there. Password is password.
You're a good guesser. I would have not turned off my sharing if I knew that it wasn't gonna type my password when I typed it. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, it's nice. But it takes some skill, right? Like, did I already type in some characters? Where am I at? How many?
Yeah, I just deleted everything and then typed it again.
It looks like those command line terminals didn't sign in, but it's giving me options to authorize again anyway. For
Okay.
Git, like from Git to GitHub.
All right. Now, if that works, then
I think.
you can share your screen again if you'd like.
Yep, I got it. It's up.
Okay, so you're able to publish. You see it on GitHub. You can get that link there.
Mhm.
Okay, nice. All right, let's install Git. For who was it? I didn't see your name highlight. Perna, was it you?
Me.
Oh, Hiral. Okay, Hiral. All right, would you like to share your screen, Hiral? Okay, we need to install GitHub or Git. So for PC
It was
users,
Bash.
No, it's Bash.
Bash. Oh, right. Okay, so for PC users, Bash is not already pre-installed. So you have to get Bash in order to get Brew in order to configure Git. That's how I did it. But I think maybe we can do just Bash. If not, then we have to get Brew. So
It
let's
should
go.
have come with the Git installation. That's how I got
Oh,
mine.
there it is.
Is-
What is that?
Same
That
with
is-
me.
That's it. That's it. That is Bash. So if you can attach Bash to your Visual Studio. If you keep this on the left, put this on the left slightly, and let's go to Visual Studio, and on the terminal here. Oh, let me annotate here. On the terminal here. Configure terminal settings. Scroll down. I think I forgot how to do this, but let's keep going. I think it'll come to me. Keep scrolling, keep scrolling. Okay. Give me a second here. And by the way, everyone else, could you post in the comments your progress here? I gotta sneeze.
Bless you.
Thank you. All right. Bear with me here, Hiral. I'm gonna get you set up in just a moment.
All right.
So, everyone else in the chat, please let me know if you're able to publish to GitHub watching Carlos's screen, or what step you're stuck on, so we can get you all the way through.
Is the step that Carlos is at finished with what we're gonna do with GitHub today?
Yes. So once
Okay.
you're able to publish to GitHub, and you're able to what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, download the link and attach it to an assignment. You're golden. I
Perfect.
will go.
Thank you.
We'll go later on in the web fund. I'll explain exactly the intricacies of GitHub, but for now, this is all you need to do with GitHub to be able to make a commit, then publish, then view it on the website. You can study a little bit on your own on GitHub if you'd like. There's a lot to it. There's a lot of command line commands to do it. But for now, it's plain and simple. Anytime you make a change, save your progress, then go over to that button, write a commit message before you commit, press commit, then publish it. Okay, it's in the beginning of the video that I'm creating here, so you can always follow those steps. Now for you, Hiral, bear with me a second. I'm going to try to get your bash onto your Visual Studio Code. How to
So. Unless I just installed it wrong, I can reinstall it.
No, you have it installed. You're good. So what you have to do is open Visual Studio and hold and then open the command palette using on your terminal. Now that you're clicking on your terminal, click on there. Try this for me. Control-Shift-P. Now type in bash. Okay, go back. Back. What about type in type? No, okay, go back.
I think this was part of the installation step that I asked you about, is he probably defaulted it to a different terminal than VS Code.
No, I dragged it down to be on VS Code. Because when you said it, I backed up and made sure I did it. But
Okay.
I mean, I don't mind reinstalling it. It doesn't take that long.
No. You should be, now that you've installed it, it's just a matter of getting VS Code to load it here.
Do you want me to close VS Code and just reopen it?
Try that for me first, and then I'm gonna dig into this step here. So if you published 1, 2, 3, 4, so we're a third there. If you published and you want to help someone else, while I help Hiral with this step, you can join a room. We'll do like a lab session here where you can join a room and guide others to get to the step that you've got to. So unless you're stuck on this step here, which is configuring bash with Visual Studio Code, I'd encourage you to join the room where Bill, Spencer, Evan, and Mike, you guys can all help your fellow cohort mates now. Let's get everyone on board here so that we can move along quickly as a group. So I would
Does
say,
anyone need help?
We want to do it by computer type then?
yeah,
Like,
I mean, if you're on a
room 2 goes
PC,
PC.
no, PC I think should stay here because we're doing this on PC here.
Okay.
So if you're stuck on a Mac, let's go to room 2. Okay. And if you're on a PC, let's stay here.
Is anyone stuck on a Linux?
Are you on
Bill.
Linux?
I'm on Linux.
I
Seems
can't
like Bill
help
is
you.
also on Linux.
Yeah, Bill is too.
Okay, then you guys go to room 3.
Okay.
Oh, Bill's done already though.
Okay. Yeah, if you have a Linux, you probably, I would
I
expect.
thought Tina was joking the other day when she said she was on Linux.
Huh?
The other day when you said you used Linux, I thought you were joking.
No, I'm on Linux.
I thought for a moment too, but it's like, it's not like Linux is, I mean, you know, it's
I
common.
mean,
right?
once you learn it, it is vastly superior. You can do everything that you want with your own computer.
Okay, let's not open up this can of worms and go to the room.
Okay, I'm actually moving. Okay, bye.
Thank you.
You know, I should ask this really early. Can I ask you a question really quick? Like, you don't have to see anything of mine, but can I just ask you a question, Jeff?
Oh, yes, but I found the instruction here. So let me just do this. Hold your question for me though,
Of
please.
course, take your time. Yeah.
Okay, now, okay, Hiral, do Control-Shift-P. And now click select default. Type in select default. Default, and then default profile. Select default profile.
This one?
Yeah. And do you see bash there?
Nope.
Command prompt, PowerShell, JavaScript.
Maybe I did install it wrong.
What when you installed it, why do you think you installed it wrong?
There was two options to have it sync to VS Studio. I clicked on the top one.
Okay, then reinstall it. Reinstall it.
Uh,
It's going to be helpful for you to have it to VS Studio, Visual Studio.
I am pretty sure the top one was correct, but I'm not 100% sure.
well, let's see what it says. So everything here should be fine. Use, yeah, VS Code, right?
Use Visual Code as Git's default editor.
Or it's it's one of these two.
Yeah, the first one.
Okay, so that's what I had it as. Just next.
Yes. Okay, so now here's the use Git from Git bash. Only this is the most cautious. Use Git the command line and also from third-party software. Okay, yeah, I think that's fine.
Yeah, I just did the recommended one.
Next. Okay, next. 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 Next.
Yeah, there's a lot of these.
Next. 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 Install. Fast clicks. I don't see why this would work compared to the way if you did it this way exactly.
Yeah, no, those are my exact same settings, but you know what, let me close.
Okay.
Now, let me just restart this just to make sure.
Okay. How about you close your terminal at the top right, right here at the X at the bottom of your terminal, top right at the bottom of your terminal. So right here. Ooh. There it is. Yeah. Now open the terminal through this here. Oh, it shoot right through it.
I can't, hang on. I think this, yeah, this is the one I was using.
Yeah, I do remember this step would well, you know what? I think what we need to do at this point is just go through the bash command line, and then we'll attach it to Visual Studio later. I don't think it's necessary we attach it to Visual Studio right now.
Okay, so just drop this into here.
No. So let's see what step you're on Visual Studio. So let's go here. Okay. And when you try to commit, what does it say? Yes. Okay, let's do that. So now when you paste it, yeah, okay, paste those,
I got that
yeah,
already.
yeah, paste that in here now. Yeah, copy one at a time.
Okay.
So just close your terminal and then restart it.
Why is it showing command not found?
Do you put a little, did you put a little tittle after the .com?
No. So this is what I'm copying right here. Just git config -- global user.
Uh-huh.
Copy that. Paste. I guess that one didn't give an error, so.
Okay, so now let's check it. Let's go. Let's try to commit again.
Yeah, it looks like it went. Well, my profile's up, so I can check it on there. It should be there, right?
Now wait, now publish branch. Authorize.
Okay, so now I can see private and public.
Public.
Hang on, it's just making me sign in.
Okay. So if anyone else is following, if you're on a PC and you want to use Bash, you don't have to attach it to your Visual Studio code for it to, yes. Say yes.
I was able to commit and push without using bash. Is that fine?
Yes. So it's a little bit of a different process for everyone. Everyone has a different setup. Perna. Oh, I see you're no longer in room 2. Okay. So who has yet to get onto GitHub? I think either we're not speaking up or we're all set up.
I had a question earlier, but I figured it out.
Okay, Evan. Perna, are you set up?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Everyone's able to publish to GitHub then. Okay. All right, then that ends the lecture. I'm going to check on the Linux users. And good job, guys. We're all GitHub publishers now.
Thank you for
Thanks,
the help.
Josh.
Thank you, everyone. And congratulations. We're on to WebFun.
Oh, question before you go.
Yes.
For next week's schedule, are you gonna post it next week or are you gonna post it over the weekend?
I will, because this is the first time PB or Programming Basics has been required. It's a new process for me to learn. So I will have to follow up and I'll let you guys know either on Discord or I'll be sending you a welcome email to Web Fundamentals. So keep an eye on your email. I'm pretty sure you guys will all be my students again if I'm not mistaken on the process. But if not, It was good having you guys, but I'm pretty sure we're all here going to be the same class next week. No, I'm definitely sure. I guess let me just share my screen for the last time, and then we'll stop the lecture. Okay, this will be the usual process here. Okay, so we are here on the calendar. Go through this Git challenge. If you haven't done it, do it the official way, not just through publishing an example folder, name it the way they wanted us to name it, and then post a link. And then do the homework, the reading for read up and through validating our HTML in the web fundamentals section. That there's a link there to get you started. And for the process for moving on, I'm going to get updated on that within a few hours. I know for sure very soon. So I will let you guys know what the process is, but you guys will get updated either way. So congratulations again, guys, and on to web fundamentals.
Thanks, Josh.
All right, let's do it.
I will be in my room or grading if you guys need me, but I'll be here till the end of the day. So that'll be 5 Mountain Time. Access to the next material, I'm not exactly sure, Spencer. I'm trying to figure that out myself. So as soon as I know that you guys do have access, I'll be posting something on Discord. So just be loosely tentative here. You guys passed all the attendance checks, so you guys have the rest of your day to do those assignments, reading ahead, and then you'll have an update pretty soon on to how to get to WebFun. Okay. Thank you, guys.